Hey, what's up guys? MGH here. Welcome to a Arsenal transfer target special. We're going to be talking about 9, I think it is, players that we are linked with, and also 3 players that we could potentially be selling. So it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be full of my own opinions, and of course I'll be reading the comments and seeing what you guys think about the players that we are linked with. This is a massive summer for Arsenal Football Club. We just about scraped European football this season. We were terrible in the Premier League, but we got that FA Cup win, and that's proved massive. We've got more money to spend. We've got that European pool. Some players will definitely be more interested now because we've got at least Europa League football. They see a bit more of a building process than if maybe we didn't win the FA Cup final. So it was a massive, massive game to win. We did it, and now we are here in the transfer window. We've still got many, many weeks to go. It goes until October this season because of the coronavirus and, you know, the troubles that clubs have had financially. So we do have a bit longer to get transfers done. We're going to go in order of most likely to happen, and then at the end of this video we're going to talk about potential departures. Also, my AC is on. I'm sorry if you can hear it, but it's too damn hot in England not to have it on. Starting with the most likely transfer at the moment, that is Chelsea's Willian. Now, I like him. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of Willian. I think he is a very creative player. However, if you look at his stats over the last 7 years he's been at Chelsea, it's not incredible. We can't kid ourselves. We're not looking at a truly world-class winger. And also, he's damn old now. He's going to be 32 very soon, which is a little bit crazy to me that this is a transfer that we're potentially looking to get done on a 3-year deal with an optional extra year, apparently. It would cost us 22 million over 3 years. He would be a free signing, and then, of course, we just pay his wages. Now, getting a proven winner, he's won a lot of trophies at Chelsea. For 22 million over 3 years, it isn't too bad when you put it into that perspective. However, we're signing an older player. Maybe not really a bad thing because we've got so many great young players, but we need some more experience. I just kind of feel like we're becoming a bit of a Chelsea rejects club. You know, we had Petr Cech recently, now we've got David Luiz, and Willian is just the next on the list. However, I think he does actually improve the squad, and for the sake of 22 million over 3 years, it isn't that bad of a deal. My worry is that we go into that 4th year, or in an extra in the next 12 months or to 2 years, he just suddenly dips massively. He completely loses any ability to be a top Premier League player. That could genuinely happen, and that would be a real shame because this money, this 22 million, although it sounds not too much, that can be invested into a much, much better player that's maybe around 26, 27, and has 5 years left in his career. But still, it looks like this is happening. I believe Willian's already said his goodbyes. He's posted on Instagram saying he's had a fantastic time at Chelsea, and it looks like he is on his way to Arsenal. Now, up next, we have Gabriel. This one's been very hot, and then over the last day it's been a bit cold. I'm not sure what the very latest information is, but about 24 hours to 48 hours ago, it looked very, very promising that we were the front runners to sign Gabriel from Lille. He's linked with Manchester United and Napoli. Napoli, of course, will need to replace Koulibaly if he leaves. Gabriel is a left-footed centre-back. He's a big unit. I think him and Saliba could be a potential partnership for many, many, many years to come, and I'm excited by this deal. Now, of course, we did sign a left-footed centre-back with Pablo Mari. He's been injured. He won't be back for the beginning of the season at least, and I feel like we will need another player to come in as a left-sided centre-back. So I'm really happy that we're finally being linked with seemingly a very good prospect as a left-footed centre-back. They are hard to come by these days, and it seems this is quite a likely deal. We're going to be talking 25 to 30 million euros, so about the same price that we paid for Saliba last year. And what a partnership they could be. It's going to take me a little bit of a while to get used to this as a potential image. Coutinho in an Arsenal shirt. It seems crazy to me. Big fan of Coutinho. When he was at Liverpool, my God, I would have killed to have him at Arsenal. Now, Granted, going to Barcelona hasn't really helped his career. He didn't really hit the ground running. He has since gone on loan to Bayern. He's done pretty well when he's played. He hasn't played every single game, but whenever he's come on or started, he's done very well. And now he's linked with a loan move to Arsenal, which could cost us about 9 million. And I don't know if that would be then an option or obligation to buy, and we'd be looking at a lot of money. There are reports that Barcelona would be interested in a swap deal involving Guendouzi plus probably quite a lot of cash. Guendouzi is nowhere near the value of Coutinho. How much did Coutinho go to Barcelona for? Was it like 140 million, 130 million? I mean, it's ridiculous money, really, because he's probably only worth 70 or 80 now, something like that. So that Neymar transfer window where everything was blown out of proportion really hurt Barcelona because they signed a player like Coutinho and just didn't get their money worth, you know. So I'm interested in this. I think Coutinho would come in as a Mesut Ozil replacement. There's rumours that Mesut Ozil could be leaving. I'm not going to be talking about that one in today's video, but let's say Mesut Ozil did leave the club. Coutinho comes in that number 10 role, and I think he could do a very good job for us. However, is he ever going to reach the heights he reached at Liverpool at Arsenal? Probably not. So this is not a deal that I would look for permanently unless he is just a superstar in his first season. But it looks like it could happen. I think it's about 50-50. We've been linked with Partey for so long now. It feels like months. Actually, it probably is months. He has a release clause of between 40 to 45 million euros, I believe. Actually, it might be up to 50 million euros. I don't have the exact number, but that is an absolute steal for a player of this quality. And more importantly, a player that we need. We need a player like Partey to come in, a versatile midfielder that's already playing at a very high level, and he would step into this team and do a really good job for us. I don't know how we shift around the team to fit him in, seeing as Xhaka and Ceballos were so good. I think this might be a deal that happens if we cannot keep Ceballos. I have a feeling that if Ceballos does go to Spain or return to Real Madrid, then maybe we look elsewhere at someone like Partey. But they're not very comparable. I don't see Partey as a creative box-to-box player like Ceballos. He's more of a defensive box-to-box player that's going to break up play and sit in front of our defensive line, but sometimes push forward. And I think for 45, 50 million odd euros, he's pretty damn good value. So I would absolutely love this one to happen. I really feel like he could come in and do a great job for Arsenal. And apparently he's very keen, but we're just not paying the money. Just get it done. I know it's not going to happen anytime soon because of the Champions League, and he's probably going to be focusing on Atletico Madrid. But as soon as that competition is done, if he still wants to move to Arsenal, pay the damn money. Now, I'm not sure about the reliability of this one because we've been linked with Zaha many, many times, including last season. Reportedly, 80 million was the asking price. We went with Pepe, of course. Had a bit of a on and off season, but ultimately he did pretty well, I would say, Pepe. A lot better than most people give him credit for. Zaha stayed at Crystal Palace, and now his value has been slashed in half. Apparently, you could get him for around 30 to 40 million now. Literally half of last year, which just goes to show sometimes when your players are worth that much, just let them go, because all it is a couple of months of bad performances and they lose all of their money, all their value. In this case, you know, his contract is less valuable now, and I guess less interest is in him because he hasn't had a particularly great season. But playing in that Crystal Palace team, there's no doubt he is the best player there, and he wants Arsenal. There was an Instagram post by someone, Anthony Billing or something, one of his mates in a club, and it said Zaha to Arsenal in the background. Maybe I can find a clip. If not, then I won't be able to put it in the video. But he has then since basically saying he's got nothing to do with that. He's just enjoying his holiday. But we all know Zaha wants to join Arsenal. I know we were very close to getting him. I believe Unai Emery said he wanted Zaha more than Pepe. We went with Pepe, and now maybe Zaha is an option. I would take him over Willian any day. So now we are left with 4 potential signings, and all 4 of these I think are probably quite unlikely at this point. So we've got Decore, of course. He's been relegated with Watford. I know he's been linked with quite a few Premier League moves recently, and also outside of the Premier League. He's a very good player, and he's too good to be playing in the Championship for sure. So it seems Arsenal are not the only team interested. He would be, of course, a lot cheaper than he would have been a season or 2 ago. I don't think he's as good as he was a season or 2 ago, but still, he would bulk up any midfield in the Premier League, and I expect him to be a Premier League player next season. But will it be with Arsenal? I doubt it. I think we're probably more likely to get Partey or another midfielder, not Doucouré. I'm not feeling it, but he's one that we've been linked with before, and it's coming up again. Another player that we are linked with, and apparently Arteta is a big fan of, Sanson. He is a player that I know Wenger always spoke highly about. He's still playing in the French league right now. Apparently Arsenal are interested. I'm sure we probably have been keeping tabs on him since Wenger was at the club. Not so sure how good he actually is. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen him too often. I guess he'd come in and do a very similar to role which Ceballos is doing for Arsenal right now. So maybe we're just lining up some options, plan Bs, plan Cs and plan Ds if we don't get what we want. And Sanson is on that list. It will certainly be an interesting one. I do actually think he could be quite a nice little underrated signing. He wouldn't break the bank, and he's already so experienced. So I'm definitely going to be looking out for this one. Of course, he's French as well, just like Doucouré. We do love a French signing, don't we? And once again, linked with another centre-back, which I don't see this one happening. What a season Diego Carlos has had over in Spain. He has been linked with a move to many clubs, much bigger than Arsenal. I don't see why he would move to Arsenal. We've got Saliba. He's right-footed. I don't think we need a right-footed centre-back. We've got way too many. I don't see this one happening. He's got a market value of 45 million euros, so you're probably looking at 60, something like that, to actually sign him. I'm guessing his release clause is pretty high as well. Yeah, this one, I very much doubt it. But there is one more move that I think is even less likely, and that is Aaron Ramsey. Apparently, Juventus no longer require Ramsey. Pirlo has just come in as manager. I know, absolutely incredible, isn't it? The young managers we have going on right now, ex-players managing their ex-clubs, it's pretty remarkable. But Pirlo apparently has said that Ramsey is one of 5 players that he does not want to be taking part of Juventus's season next season. So I kind of guessed that Ramsey would be linked with Arsenal. I had a look, and yes, of course he is. He's linked with a return. However, he's on 400,000 euros a week. That's not going to cut it at Arsenal. He's going to have to cut that probably more than in half. He'll probably get 150k, something like that, which would be a massive, massive reduction in wages for him. And I just very much doubt he would come back, which is why I think this is very unlikely. And to be fair, I think we've moved on. I love Ramsey. I loved Ramsey, but nah, I think we can do better for that kind of money. And we'd have to sign him and pay money to get him, even though we lost him for free. Not happening. Now we're going to talk about potential departures. We have Ainsley Maitland-Niles linked with Brighton. I've got him as a centre mid here. I think that's probably where he would end up playing for his new club, but he can play on the left, on the right, right back, left back. This guy can play anywhere, and that is why I really hope we keep hold of him. I actually think he's our best footballing right back. I think he's better than Cedric and Bellerin when it comes to dribbling on the ball, and he can play in many positions when we need just some backup. And he's also reportedly linked with Tottenham. Can you believe it? There is no way I'm going to take that seriously. If Maitland-Niles ends up wearing a Tottenham shirt, I will stream in a Tottenham shirt. There's no way. Please don't do this to me, Maitland-Niles, because I know he would go there and he'd kill it. He's a great player. If he does leave, I'd love to see him go to someone like Brighton. I think they would get the best out of him. But please, Arsenal, keep Ainsley Maitland-Niles. He is a very good player, one of our young English core players. Why would you let him go? Yes, he wants more game time. Give him more game time. It is as simple as that. Now, this one stings a little bit because I'm a big fan of our little pitbull, little Torreira. He is such a great midfielder. He's been misused with Unai Emery. Of course, he ended up playing at cam behind the striker a lot of the time, which is, what are you doing? Under Arteta, he just hasn't featured as much, but he does seem to play a more defensive role under Arteta. But apparently he has come out and said that he's just not happy, not getting enough game time, and if he has to leave, he will. AC Milan being the most likely destination. Torreira. I don't know where I sit on this one, because I think if we gave him a run of games in his preferred position, we would see how good he really is. He was a great signing. But I just feel like with Xhaka, Ceballos, and potentially a new centre mid coming in, Torreira's place is under threat. I don't think he's going to make it into the first team enough. So I kind of see this happening. Maybe not this summer, but maybe next summer. Maybe we will be losing Torreira. I really like him, but I have looked at some stats. With Torreira in the team, we actually win a lot less games. We don't seem to play as well with Torreira in the side. We don't lose as many games. I think the stat was, with him in the team this season, we lost 5. Without him in the team, we lost 5. A lot of draws with him in the team and not so many wins. But without him, we win more. So it's not like we're losing with him in the team, but we're just not doing enough going forward. And I think that probably is the reason Arteta doesn't like Torreira so much. I don't think he gives enough going forward, but then just play him as a DM. You know, you don't need your DM to be the most creative player on the pitch. So I feel a little bit awkward with this one. I hope it's not true, but it could happen. Torreira could be on his way out, but as I said, I don't think it'll be this summer. And then up next, we have the last player we're going to be talking about, and that is El Neni. I just want to say a massive shout out to El Neni for gifting the number 4 shirt to Saliba. You don't need it, El Neni. I'm really sorry, but you're not gonna play for Arsenal in a proper first team role. I very much doubt he's going to be good enough to do that. So give your number 4 shirt, one of the most iconic Arsenal shirts, the number 4, give it to someone who probably can grow into it, and that is, of course, Saliba. But El Neni linked with a move back to Turkey. I don't want to say that club's name. It looks like it's pretty certain that he's going to be leaving, and that seems to be the most likely destination, as would Mesut Ozil go to Turkey. But that's it, guys. That is the players that could be joining and leaving Arsenal this summer. What do I think about some of these deals? Honestly, if we do get Willian, that's fine. I understand. But I still want to see Coutinho come in. If not Coutinho, Zaha. I think we need to get not just Willian, but someone else as well. I would love to see a new centre-back come in, and I think Gabriel is the perfect choice. Left-footed, sitting next to Saliba, who's right-footed, and you've got 2 young players that have such amazing potential. They could grow into absolute dons. They could be a duo partnership of dreams for many years to come, and they could grow and help Arsenal achieve Champions League football again by just getting us clean sheets. They're absolute monster of players. They really are. So Partey coming in front of them would be absolutely amazing. If not Partey, then maybe a Decore, a Sanson, or someone like that. But most importantly, in terms of midfield, I'd like to see Ceballos sign on. We need to make sure we have him next season. There is potential that he could be not extending his loan, but I think Arteta really wants him, so I'd expect some sort of announcement soon. But the very last thing I've got to talk about is Aubameyang. Apparently, we are very close to seeing an announcement. Apparently, he's going to be signing a 3-year deal worth $250,000 per week, which is a lot of money, but he is worth it. So hopefully, we will get that announcement soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. Career Mode news coming out on Thursday, so not tomorrow, the day after that. Make sure you're subscribed. I'll be reacting to the premiere of that and breaking down everything we see. So make sure you're here for that, and I will see you then.